let me know when you find it. Okay? All right, bye.
Guys, who would have everybody picked, Sterlington or Mansfield?
Sterlington.
They did Sterlington across the board?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna pick Mansfield.
You would have picked Man?
That game's 28-15 in the fourth
Nah, I was
quarter.
gonna pick Sterlington.
It's not bad.
No.
28-15.
Actually,
So
It was
it
20.
15 all at half.
It was 22-15, and they just scored again.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that'd be division.
The
3 knots left.
Yes.
Gotta have my specs.
You gonna be dog?
Get my eyes.
Okay. What's
If I don't have my eyes, I can't see.
That's the only game in the state tonight. Huh?
Yeah. I'd imagine a good bit of people in the Monroe area are there tonight.
I don't know why they play on Thursday.
I don't know.
Hopefully.
It's an interesting question.
That's
One I
good.
don't have an answer to.
That's still a good ways from Mansfield to Sterlington.
Yeah, it's a good old drive.
You think they're ready? They already got 30-something of them in there.
Boy, they've been.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna work our way from Division 4 all the way up to Division 1, guys.
You want to select first?
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Either
Do
or.
4, 3, 3.
Yeah. Ready, guys?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a special edition of Under the Lights here on a Thursday afternoon. Sorry for the inconvenience, but Wednesday night we could not get a show together in time. We had the people, we didn't have the narrator, I guess you could say, in that nature. But show number 69, well on our way to 100. It's a fired up panel tonight. Coach LeBord and Jake McCoy will be our guest pickers tonight. So welcome to those guys. Coach LeBord, Livonia High School head football coach. I want to thank him for making the trip over for the very first time. Coach, we got to get you to sign the wall before you leave.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not in the best shape tonight, ladies and gentlemen, so a lot of these guys here will take the reins tonight and do majority of the talking, so I appreciate those guys there. We got a lot of helmets here on the table. Teams still in the playoffs. We got some helmets right there behind us still in the playoffs. A couple teams are facing each other this week. You got Lake Arthur and Oak Grove. You got Iota and Cecilia, so some good matches across the state of Louisiana. We will pick all 64 games tonight. We have a game in progress right now. It's Sterlington versus Mansfield, and everyone on the panel picks Sterlington. So we'll get that out of the way first, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, hit the like, hit the share button. Let's get this train rolling. It's round 2 of the playoffs, and we're ready. We're fired up. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to start at my far right. I'm going to let Alex get you a little fired up for some Friday night football. You got a big one this week, my friend.
Yeah, looking at some film, some scores around the state, from the teams that Walsman has played and how we match up. I think it's going to be a dog fight, but it could be a defensive battle. It could be a very low-scoring game, or the offenses might show up and shock everybody. So I think there's going to be 4 quarters of good football, and could be a few mistakes here or there that turn the tide.
Chris, you got a big one on the road this week. Talk to me about the Tigers. What's the momentum like in that locker room?
Just like a regular week. They locked in. just go over there and play our football game. We can't go out there and worry about what they're doing. We play our game, and the only team that can beat us is us.
Gary Swallow,
Yes, sir.
this time of the year, I know it's your favorite. You missed out last week, so I know you're eager to get back in the broadcast booth this
Oh
week.
man, I was having withdrawals last week. I couldn't get any high school football in, but yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to make some game picks, and ready to call a great game tomorrow.
Jake, you got some big matchups in the Southwest Louisiana area this week. Talk to me a little bit about that area and how they're well represented in the playoffs.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, they have, if I'm not mistaken, they have the most teams ever in Southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles area make the playoffs. I think 21. Of course, we're down to 9. Some home teams fell in the first round. But we still have a lot of good teams still in. Iowa's at home against Plaquemine. Coach Tommy Johns is looking to, make his way back to the semis and potentially the Superdome for the first time ever in program history. You got Coach Bethune at St. Louis Catholic, has a big one at home tomorrow night against McDonough 35. Coach Plumley and his DeRidder Dragons are on the road at North DeSoto. You got Coach Torrance Davis making a long road trip to Northeast Louisiana against Oak Grove. LCCP at Catholic New Iberia. You got a lot of good ones. I'm trying to think. Welsh is at home against White Castle. Iota's at Cecilia. So you got a lot of good matchups. Jennings at St. Martinville. That's going to be, I think, probably one of the best games. I think it's one of the most underrated games in the state this week. I think it's being overshadowed by the likes of Acadia versus Karen Crow and some others, but a lot of excitement for some of the schools in Southwest Louisiana this week. Praying and hoping that we have a good bit left next week in the quarters and so on and so forth. So.
Enoch, great matchups. I know you're very interested in one right here in the Acadiana area. Acadiana Karen Crow, part 2.
In all likelihood, I'm going to end up trying to make that game. Hopefully I don't have to work all day to where I miss it, but I do plan on making a trip out to Scott for that game. Think I would have loved to have made it to the first one, but they played it on a Friday, so I wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. But round 2, I'm ready for it. I think it'll be every bit as good as the first game was this year.
Coach Laborde, welcome to the panel tonight. It's an honor to have you, and thank you for being a great friend to myself and everyone here. Fired up for some high school football here in the second round of playoffs. I'm sure you're a fan just like the rest of us.
I think that's what kind of brings us all into it. You love the game, and you love seeing this. And like I said, 64 games and 128 teams still fighting for 16 spots in the dome. And I think in all aspects of the state, there's a good game everywhere.
Yes.
So there's something that everybody can get into and get out tomorrow night, go watch a local team, go see these kids just fight for that chance or that dream playing on the carpet.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, teams will punch their ticket to Thanksgiving week next week, and I hear it all the time from coaches. That's a goal that they set in the preseason. They want to make it to Thanksgiving week. They want to practice and play then. So a lot of kids, a lot of coaches will have that great honor next week, but they got to handle business on Friday. So best of luck around the state of Louisiana. Best of luck to our locals, and I think we're ready to make some picks, guys, unless y'all have something else.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it, man.
Let's go.
Y'all good down there, fellas?
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. We're ready to rock.
Let's go.
Which one we doing first? I got them all open.
We'll go Division 4 Select first.
All right.
Division 4 Select.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to follow along with the panel, go ahead and leave those picks in the chat, and we'll see how we do on Friday night. We'll keep you updated with that Sterlington score as the night progresses. But we will start out with the Division 4 Select. We will pick every football game, and it might take us a little while, but we're going to have some fun with it. Like I said, I might lose my voice at some point, so these guys will pick up the reins if so. But welcome everybody in the chat. I see all 90 of you, so it's going to be a great night. Thursday night edition. I think this is our first time we've ever did a Thursday night show, so Did you happen to catch the Tuesday night show, guys? I mean, it was great success.
Yeah, it was cool.
13 coaches called in. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. It was a great idea, so I'm glad we could bring it into life. All right, Division 4 Select. We'll start off with the number 1 ranked team in the state, Vermilion Catholic, going to enter the playing field this week, and they're going to take on a Delhi Charter football team. That's a 17 seed. Delhi Charter got a road win last week. Now they got their hands full this week. Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles, they're ready to go get back to the dome. First step, they got to check off a box on Friday, or do they get upset? Alex, start us off.
Screaming Eagles, and we might be picking them for a while, Jordy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm roll with the Eagles too. Ain't no upset this week right there.
Me too. VC all the way.
VC.
I'm taking VC. Delhi Charter had a close game last week, but VC rested. That's a scary proposition.
I'm gonna stay with the grain. Remain Catholic.
Okay, we're going to go Vermilion Catholic across the board. Good luck to those guys over there. Much respect for what they're doing with that program. Very well could see them back in the dome in a few short weeks. Intriguing matchup here, ladies and gentlemen. 8 seed Opelousas Catholic, 9 seed Ascension Catholic. This is the rematch. These guys met earlier in the season. They met twice last year, and those guys have beaten OC these last 3 times they've played. Remember, Ascension Catholic knocked Opelousas Catholic out of the playoffs last year.
Right.
So this is part 4, if anybody is counting. And this one seems like it's got a big-time game feeling whenever you got bad blood in that locker room where you done got me 3 times. Now let me go try to end your season here. Were y'all thinking the same thing here? You think Opelousas Catholic finally gets over the hump here? Or you think Ascension Catholic with those talented running backs might be just too much? Gary, we watched this matchup early in the season. OC had a 28-25 lead going into the 4th quarter and just could not finish. Big one on Friday. Who wins it?
Man, I've been thinking OC, but then I thought back of how it ended last time. Man, this is a toss-up. This is a toss-up and a half.
Gary said he wanted this one.
Oh yeah.
I'd say OC. I'm gonna give OC the edge at home. I think they're gonna be pumped up for it. I talked to a couple of the parents that I know very well, and they were excited about it. And so I'm gonna give them the edge.
Alec?
Yeah, Jordy. You know that game earlier in the season, OC had big lead and gave it up. And I think that could have been a little bit of Ascension Catholic. We beat these guys the last 2 times and kind of sleptwalked through the beginning of the game, and then
It was also delayed. Remember, it had that bad weather and stuff delayed, so they got kind of caught. So.
But at the end of the day, I think that Ascension Catholic is a little too much. Give them 4 in a row.
Chris?
Man, I like Opelousas Catholic. Like y'all said, that was a close game until there was a delay, and then that stops the momentum. But OC at home, playoffs, and I'm gonna just roll with the home team.
Okay. Jake?
I'm gonna go OC, and here's why. They've gotten beat 3 times in a row. After so long, a fire gets lit under a team like that. Think about it. They're at home. I feel like they want it more than they do.
Okay.
And they're playing for something much bigger. OC wins this game. And I think, keep in mind, it's going to be a close game. This could very well come down to the last possession. But I think OC's going to want it more. I think their coach is going to have them fired up. And Donald Gardner Stadium's going to be rocking tomorrow night.
Okay.
OC.
Enoch?
I think I'm going to stick a little bit with the hometown flavor in this one. I think that Opelousas Catholic gets this done. Losing 3 times in a row is probably a little bit, probably a little too much, probably a little too big of a streak, but it has to end. They have to get over this hump. If you want to play another week, you got to find a way to just bite down on your mouthpiece and hit the other guy.
Okay.
So I think OC's able to. I think OC will be able to at least contain that good running back AC has, and they'll win something like 28-22 or close score.
Coach LeBart,
I think it's going to be a really good game. I think it was one of these. It starts getting now. You're getting to mid-November and to late November. It's going to keep getting better and better. But the key to winning some of these games, I also feel, is you got to be able to run the football. And kind of like one of the gentlemen said in the comments, running back ran for over 200 yards last time they played. When you could run the ball consistently, and at this time of year, that's important. I'm gonna kind of stick with the grain of the past. I'm gonna say Ascension Catholic.
Okay. I'm gonna say fourth time's the charm. Vikings with Mark Collins leading the charge, get a win and move on to the quarters.
Congrats to him too. Didn't he sign a scholarship today?
Yeah, he signed to play with UL baseball.
Yeah,
Oh,
he played
for baseball.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Sure did.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Jordan Braden just let us know in the chat that Sterlington just defeated Mansfield 35-15.
Okay, there you go. So we
Thank you.
already have our first ticket
Closer to
punch
school
to the
board,
quarters.
Yeah.
Yep.
Congratulations, Sterlington. They're a scary team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yes.
are very scary.
Very much so.
5 seed Riverside versus 12 seed Catholic Appointed P. I hear good things about this Riverside team. I heard they have a talented young running back on the football team. Catholic Appointed P, they seem like they turned it up a notch since they've got healthy. They got their hands full this week, but any given Friday, we'll see what happens. Riverside, Catholic Appointed P, who wins it?
Catholic's gonna give a fight in the beginning, but I think Riverside just has a little too much for him. Give me Riverside.
Yeah, I'm with you, Alex. Riverside, Catholic gonna show up, but they just too strong at Riverside.
Right. I agree with that. I think it's going to be a close game at first, but I think Riverside's going to overpower them at the end.
Y'all not gonna like me for this.
Hey, this is why we in America,
I know,
man.
It's a non-biased
Yeah.
show.
I know. I got to throw a wrench in here.
You like
It's
the
just,
Hornets?
man, it's just something about their brand of football.
Well, they don't run that brand no more.
Well,
They're in spread now.
Yeah, they run. It's different.
well, you know, I like what Coach Caruth is doing over there. I'm very enthusiastic about how he's gotten, you know, the kids in the community come together.
So
Yeah, they could be an underdog, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I think
So Hornets
Coach
on the road.
Caruth, they're gonna have a good game plan going in. I think they're gonna pull off the upset. I know that's bold, but hey, give me the Hornets.
Enoch?
I don't know how much of an upset it's going to be. I mean, 5-12, that's manageable. This isn't huge. It's not like 5 versus 21 or something like that. You know, it's not like if it was Cedar Creek and Riverside, that would be a huge upset. I'll take Catholic Appointed P in this one. Why not?
Coach Laborde, same parish. You picking them?
Well, you know, again, I also echo. I think Coach Caruth has done an outstanding job year one, especially changing from a 9 men in the box, grounded, pounded, and very physical game to spreading it out and doing what he has to really picking it up at the end of the season. I think it's gonna be close, but if I had to pick one, I'll have to go with Riverside.
Okay. I'm going to lean with the home team here. I'm going to go with Riverside. 20 seed Covenant Christian, big win last week. They dominated the higher seed 35-6. Now they get Harlan Berry and St. Martin's Episcopal. You get the number one ranked player in the nation in class of 25 this week. Too much St. Martin's Episcopal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's Harlem
Yes.
Bears.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Mr.
gonna take St.
Harlan
Martin's as well.
Berry.
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah,
St. Martin's scary, man.
Jake said, okay. Enoch said, yeah. Coach Laborde?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with St. Martin's.
Harlan Berry show.
We're going across the board here, but it might be their final week
Might be.
Might be.
after what happened in the regular season to Riverside.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Washita Christian, your defending state champs. They're going to get the Crusaders of Westminster. I think this one could be across the board also. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so too. I will say this though. That Westminster St. Ed's game, that didn't surprise me that it was that close. I kind of thought Westminster had a chance to win that. I almost picked them last week, and
Yeah, but
I
now-
probably should have.
Now you're gonna go play a 100-man roster this week.
100-man roster with a state
They-
championship on
Be
their
the whole
back
school.
pocket.
Be
Ooh,
nice,
uphill
be
battle,
nice.
Several
to
state
say the
championships.
least.
They're the man
They're
until
just-
somebody knocks them off.
Yeah.
They're just built different.
Gary
at
always
Washington
says that to
Christian.
beat a champ, you gotta beat the champ, right?
That's
Yep.
right. You know, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't see it.
Not
I
this
don't
week.
see it. Not this week.
Get ready for basketball.
Yeah.
Got an intriguing matchup here. 11 seed Glenbrook versus 6 seed St. Mary's. Glenbrook very well could win this football game on the road. They're playing the tough district. Maybe it's got them ready to play St. Mary's this week. We'll talk about it. Who wins it?
I like St. Mary's still at home.
Yeah, I'm with Alex St. Mary too. They offense, they putting up a lot of points, and on that turf over there at Northwestern State, they gonna keep it rolling.
Yeah, I agree. I think St. Mary's gonna pull it out.
Jake?
I think St. Mary's going to pull out, but I think it's going to be a closer game. People think I've watched Glenbrook on film. I've seen St. Mary's in person. They do a heck of a job defensively.
Call my guy from
And,
St. Mary's. Tell him I want my helmet whenever.
Yeah, Jake Bankston. If you hear it,
Or he
say
knows it over.
yeah. I'm gonna get y'all a St. Mary's helmet
St.
from you
Mary's
soon.
could have been on the table tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, Glenbrook's a tough team. That
Absolutely.
I think it'll be a one possession game.
Okay.
But give me St. Mary's.
Enoch?
In agreement, one possession game, but Glenbrook wins.
Oh,
Glenbrook?
Let me switch
Whoa.
that.
I'm gonna take
Not a
Glenbrook.
bad
You
pick.
know, a lot of people up north is taking Glenbrook to win this game. I've noticed
Yeah.
this week.
I did notice that too.
It's Jake's fault.
Yeah, it is Jake's fault.
Yup.
Especially
Coach
that
LaFleur?
end, this classification. I don't know it too much, but I went with St. Mary's.
Okay,
Threw you under the bus, Bubba.
Yeah, he did. Hey, he's the one who forgot the helmet.
Coach, I'm taking St. Mary's this week. Get a big time win, and then try to set up a date with the state champion next week.
That's gonna be a good ball game.
St. Frederick's Central Catholic 7 versus 10 this week. Can CC go on the road and knock off St. Frederick?
It's intriguing.
Yeah.
They,
It's-
if somebody's gonna, or if they're gonna do it, you know, they have the shot because of the way they run their offense. But I think at the end of the day, St. Frederick's a little too much.
Yeah, I'm rolling with St. Frederick too. They just a little more tougher than what I saw out of Central Catholic.
I agree. I think St. Frederick's just going to be a little bit too tough at the end.
Jake?
I think it'll be a close game. CC's going to show up. They're going to be very competitive. But in the end, I think St. Fred's is going to pull away really late. I'd say
Okay.
a touchdown and a half.
Enoch?
Central Catholic gets it done, man. I think this will be close. Should be close all the way through. I think
Well,
that's.
upset, huh?
I think Central Catholic will have the ball last, and they'll put it in the end zone to get the win.
Coach LeBoard?
I'm going with St. Fred's.
I think St. Frederick's big.
Okay.
Hanson Memorial Southern Live. Live across the board.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, pretty much.
But-
early.
But you gotta
Nope.
appreciate
Oh, I was about to
Hanson's.
say, I thought
No,
you
no,
were
no.
So if you was going to do that, I was going to wait.
Hanson might keep it close. Hanson might keep it close for a half.
I'd have backhanded him with my left.
Hanson might keep it might keep it close for a
It'll
quarter
be-
and a half.
It'll be, yeah, but you gotta admire how well they've turned that
it'll be
program around.
big, but
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta admire
We're doing
how well
Division
they've turned
four
that
non-select?
That program is really turned
Division
around.
4 non-select is your next bracket.
all right.
Top 3, you mean?
No, we're doing,
Oh,
we're doing
oh,
on
I'm
the
sorry.
board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Division 4 non-select.
Braden said Hanson will keep it close until the coin toss.
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus, Braden.
I like him.
That's funny.
dropped
That
the
is right.
bomb on him.
Oh, yeah, it's just, you dropped the mic
Tell
and
you
it went
what.
boom. Yeah, right?
Those games that you picked just now would set up some hellified quarterfinal
Yeah,
matchups.
it will.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Division 4 non-select intriguing matchups here, ladies and gentlemen. We start off with an upset alert waiting to happen. Logan Sport and Franklin, 1 versus 16. I've heard it all week. Everybody is scared to death up north of this Franklin football team. You can call me a liar all you want, but read the boards. Chris will agree with me.
Nope.
Nope.
Looking for it.
I'll wait till the chat gets involved then, because I've read it all week and I was like, are y'all crazy? But they scared to death of Franklin. They're
Red
all over.
poison, baby.
They're all over the news boards.
Red poison.
I don't know, Jake.
Mandy says Franklin.
Logan's Port. In all bold letters. Enough said.
They've been ranked number 1 all year.
Yeah.
And they're going to show it. And they're going to show why tomorrow night.
Oh, I think Franklin's going to be I think they'll they're going to hang in there for a good little
Yeah,
while.
oh, they will. Yeah.
I think that Logansport will probably score 2 touchdowns late in order to pull away and secure the win. But they better not sleep on Franklin.
Hell, 9 of the 10 people I done talked to done said Franklin with the upset.
I could see it happening.
Yeah,
I can.
People already in
It's
the
not
chat.
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Troy
Out of the
Logansport
1
by
versus
20.
16 or 17 matchups, this is probably going to be the one I think is going to end up being closest.
Scary.
Mm-hmm.
So Logan Sport for Alex, Logan Sport for Chris, Logan Sport for Gary, Logan Sport for Jake, Logan Sport for Enoch,
Yep.
And for coach.
and for Coach, and for Jordan.
Across the board.
Across the
board.
board. 8 seed Welsh, 9 seed White Castle. Hello, 2A and 1A.
Yeah, I'm taking Welsh on the road.
Oh, no,
I mean,
At
at
home.
home. I'm sorry.
Yeah, at home.
On the- yeah, at home.
White Castle played a good quality 4A school out of Livonia, and I think
Appreciate that.
and but I'm gonna go with Welsh here, man.
Saving you, bro.
Welsh is
Picked them up and brought
they
them
rolled. That's how we do it here
He
sometimes.
picked you up, coach, and then he
Hey,
just
look,
threw
man,
you on
it's all
the
love, man. It's all love. I'm gonna show
All
you
good,
some love
man.
later, but this is
Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Welsh here, man. They at home. It's gonna be a pretty good close game though. That's an 8 and a 9 playing each other. So.
Right. I agree.
But I'm giving it because of the home field.
Okay. Gary?
I think the home field is going to give him a little edge, but Welsh is playing good ball too. So, I mean, I'm going to give the edge to Welsh.
I'm gonna tell you all, and I don't. Last I heard, Welsh's quarterback, Jevin Beganon, the Beganon kid, was hurt. I don't know if he still is. I don't know if anybody in the chat could confirm that or let us know. But I was impressed when I watched him against DeQuincy. That kid has some wheels. He doesn't need to throw the ball to hurt you. He can hurt you with his legs. He's got some weapons. Troy Patton is a fantastic tight end and Rose Gordon. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Welsh wins big at home. Give me the Greyhounds. And Coach Corville, if you're watching, we'd like to get a helmet from you, please, sir.
Go ahead. You see that?
Throwing it out on
Take after him, man.
Mhm.
Hey.
I taught him well.
No, Coach, we know you're busy. Just whenever you can.
I'm going to take Welsh on this one too. White Castle will keep it close the entire way through. I think Welsh will lead the entire game, and White Castle will kind of be playing catch up, but they'll do a good job of it. I say Welsh by 8.
Coach on the board.
See, I have to go with what I know. And I know White Castle is fast, and even though they are one school, they got size. They're going to come play physical. I know Coach Brown will have them ready. I'm going with the Bulldogs, White Castle.
There you
upset.
go. That's why
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man, that's a good pick too.
I mean, he played against
Yeah,
us. So he
he
knows.
knows.
Yeah, you know, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it in person. It was scary enough.
I like the Greyhounds at home here. Make that 8 of the last 9. Playing some good ball.
Oh, yeah.
Jeanneret, 5 seed, 12 seed East Feliciana. Jeanneret had a huge scare last week. Could they turn it around this week and get things back clicking? We'll see. East Feliciana, they're dangerous. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I come back and forth in this game. East Feliciana is an intriguing team, but I think I'm going to stick with Jeanneret at home. And I think they might have tried to sleepwalk through that first round game against West St. John's, so give me Jeanneret at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with East Feliciana here. I initially picked them on my first bracket, and I'm gonna stick with them. Again, they got athletes over there, so they can get it together. I think it's gonna be a little bit too much for Generate.
This is another 2A 1A deal.
Yeah.
Gary?
I think that game last week is going to wake Generate up a little bit, and I think it's going to be a shootout, but I'm going to give the edge to Generate.
Gary doesn't usually go with the shootout part, but I like it.
No, I think it's going to be a shootout. Honestly.
Jake?
East Feliciana.
Okay.
Just that simple, huh?
Enoch?
I'm going to take Generette in this one. I've said plenty of times over the last year or so that I've seen Generette progress from a team that couldn't win any games to being a power in Division 4 non-select.
Yeah.
So
What y'all doing tonight?
it's
Watching me bend over and grab my side?
oh my god! Oh man! Yeah, to see what Generette's done over the last few years, it's very impressive. I think they continue it. I think they keep it rolling. Generette's going to win this game.
Didn't take my pain medicine before I came, Gary.
Oh, dude.
Coach LeBoard?
Another team I got to see personally, East Feliciana. Not going to have the big numbers that comes on the sideline, but they got the right numbers. Size and speed. East Feliciana.
Coach, good pick. I agree with you, sir. East Feliciana to the quarters.
We'll split pretty much down the middle on that one, huh?
5-3.
Yeah.
I mean,
close.
we ain't even got 8 people here, so what am I talking about? That's a 4-3 split.
Yep.
We have not got to that bracket yet. Somebody want to let them know?
Oh yeah, Division 3. That'll be Division 3 non-select. We'll go.
Yeah.
We're working our way up there, buddy.
Yeah. We'll get there.
20
Be
seed
patient.
General Trash, 4 seed Haynesville. If Holden was here, he'd have went with the Trash.
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, he would have.
Yeah.
He would
But,
have.
It's his favorite, one of his favorite teams. We'll talk about it. Who wins it?
Yeah, I got to sit with Jasper at the Franklin Parish game last week and talk a little bit. And
Haynesville or
Yeah.
General Trash coach?
Haynesville,
Okay.
that's Coach Edwards' brother.
Okay.
So they feeling good, confident. Defense is rolling. Give me Haynesville.
Yeah, I'm going with Haynesville.
Me too.
I'm going Haynesville. It'll be close for a while. Trask has some athletes, but it's hard to beat Haynesville in Haynesville.
You're right.
Or beating Haynesville ever.
Home field's
I
gonna
was
be too
gonna say,
much.
Period.
Give me Coach Franklin in the Golden Tornado.
Okay.
Yeah, Golden Tours will get it done. Just a little bit too much for General Trask to deal with.
Coach
And
LeBoard?
talk about just a coach. I'd love to sit and pick his brain for a couple of hours. Coach Franklin at Haynesville. Easy.
Okay. I'm going with the Golden Tornado because they'll let you know about it. Give me
yeah.
Keep that
Haynesville
ass off of there.
with the win.
Yeah.
Mikey said Haynesville defense is nasty this year. Yeah.
They look pretty
Yeah.
good when we
Yeah.
talked
Oh yeah,
last
they're
year.
good.
Yeah, you're right.
It was young last year and the year before.
3 seed Oak Grove, 19 seed Lake Arthur.
Oak Grove.
Oak Grove.
State
Oak
champs.
Grove.
Oak Grove big.
Oak Grove is gonna win that one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna be pretty. I don't think.
Y'all just making set me up for failure, huh?
Enjoy the bus ride, Lake Arthur.
Yeah.
So when they pull off a huge upset and then come back and blast us.
As they should. As they should.
You're in for basketball.
You get the right to if you pull off that big upset.
Yeah,
If they
yeah,
beat Oak
yeah.
Grove, I'm on
Hats
the
off to
bandwagon. I'm sorry.
Y'all beat Oak Grove. If y'all send me a hat, I'll wear it for the next show.
Yeah, you're right.
I will. I don't
If
care.
if they
I'll
beat
do it.
Oak Grove, Marcus Hay is going to cut flips.
Coach, how would you prepare for Oak Grove, Coach?
Well, you got to start feeding some boys a lot of protein. That's some big old boys. That's going
Yeah.
Some,
It starts at the dinner table. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks in the middle.
They're in the middle of
Feed
sweet
them some
potato country.
protein, boy.
Start fixing a lot of peanut butter sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Grove
yeah.
look like they're well on their way to a repeat.
Yes.
Could well be.
6 seed Mangum got to take a long road trip this week and head down to Centerville. That's a 22 versus 6 matchup. We said it last week. We didn't think Centerville deserved to be that low of a seed. We thought it was better than a 22. And they're going to have their hands full this week with Mangum, but they get them at home. I've seen stranger things happen in the playoffs when you get them in your backyard. So, can they pull off a major upset this week?
You know, Jordy, I like those 22-6 matchups, especially when got them at home. But not this one. I like Mangum on the road.
Yeah, they're gonna go in their backyard and do whatever they want.
Right. Mangum.
I'm gonna tell you something,
Go ahead and tell me then.
and this kind of pertains. And going back to the Lake Arthur, 2017 or 18, Lake Arthur went on the road, and I think they were 22 seed.
Okay.
Went on the road to Mangum, upset Mangum. I look at the film on Lake Arthur that year. I look at the film on Centerville. I see very similar teams.
Big Daniel.
I see
fired up on a Thursday.
He couldn't,
I see very similar teams.
It's definitely bored.
Centerville's at home. They felt, in my opinion, disrespected by not being ranked higher, and they proved it last week at Overland.
Okay. So you pick 'em.
Mangum, well, I think it'll be a really close game up until midway through the fourth, but I think Mangum prevails.
Okay.
But hats off to Centerville; they've had a great season.
Yes, sir.
They definitely deserve a lot more credit than what they've been getting.
Enoch.
I'm gonna take Mangum in this one. I think Mangum gets it done. Like I said, hats off to Centerville, hats off Coach Scott, but I'm gonna take Mangum in this one.
Coach Laborde.
I think it's easy for Mangum.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with home dogs here. Give me Centerville.
Not a bad
Go
pick.
ahead.
Let's go.
Not a bad
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Not a bad pick at all.
Yeah.
I wish him luck. I think I would love to see him do it, but I don't think they can beat him. That's just me.
As I said, the long road trip, anything can happen.
Yep.
A lot of things will have to go right.
Mm-hmm.
7 seed Homer, 10 seed Oakdale. Homer, they had a slow start against Delhi last week. They got it going late. Oakdale looked very impressive with their Russian attack. So, I mean, you look at this one, will it be close? Will it be track meet? Will it be blowout? I don't know. I'm going to have to let y'all decide that one. 7 seed Homer, 10 seed Oakdale.
Yeah, I like Oakdale and what they do, but man, Homer is just a little different. Give me Homer.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Homer too. They just a little tougher. They got experience from being, but in the finals 2 years ago and making deep runs in the playoffs. But Oakdale, there's a pretty good football team. But Homer just a little bit better, in my opinion. So I'm going with Homer.
Okay. Garrett?
I'm going with Oakdale.
You can't pick.
Can't?
You cannot pick Oakdale if you never cover them.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm going with Oakdale. I got my support behind Mikey, and I think he's going to have that offense kicking. So, Mikey, go for it. Don't let him dog me like that, Mikey. You got to get on it.
Cover Oakdale, you have something going on.
Well, they always do it on a Thursday. It's not my fault. But no, I'm going
covered an
Oakdale.
Oakdale game before you. What does that say?
I mean,
Jake?
I'm gonna tell you, man. Homer is looking to avenge last year.
Mm-hmm.
They've had their ups and downs this year. They've had some bruises. Some question whether they are still the same team. They got shut out by rival Haynesville 2 weeks ago, 23-0.
Correct.
Oakdale has had a stellar defense all year long. They've taken their lumps. They really impressed me the other night, and Jordan, I cannot
Can't pick against them.
I cannot get Dakota Johnson off my mind. That stellar performance last week.
Let me get his number for you.
I mean, my gosh, if the kid ain't playing on Saturday next season.
5 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, fine.
But man,
Quarterback position.
unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to go with.
How you gonna talk him? How you gonna talk him up? Well, look at this. Look, hold
Give me the Oakdale Warriors, baby. Give me them Oakdale Warriors.
Look, hold y'all.
Yep.
I'm gonna make,
Holding here in
I gotta
spirit.
check, make sure
Holding
he,
is here
he
in
must have been
spirit,
drinking before he
ladies and
came on
gentlemen.
this.
And you know why? You know why he picked
Better pick.
Oakdale?
Huh?
You know why he picked Oakdale? Because they fed them in the catering.
No.
They did. They did feed us some catering. You're right about that.
They had some good stuff. The deviled eggs were good.
All right, guess it's my turn.
How you gonna top that, eggnog?
Well, I will say this.
No.
I was there last week covering this game. I produced the Oakdale East Bow game.
Yes.
Very impressed with how Oakdale took care of business. I liked the culture that they have over there and whatnot. How they have that program set up the way it is.
With that injury coming to play, remember the guy got hurt at the end.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he's playing this week
I
or
don't know
not.
if he's playing.
But I will say, I was impressed with Oakdale. I really was. They played a phenomenal game, and I do think that they have a chance to go far. But with that being said, I'm gonna take Homer.
Okay, you're not.
Close. Probably. I'd say Homer wins this one by a touchdown.
Coach Laborde.
I think it got a chance to be a very close game. Does Homer still have the roided up Arnold Schwarzenegger looking kid?
No, he
Walter
graduated.
He's gone. He
Oh,
graduated.
yeah.
My
That's too,
God,
too
that
bad.
kid
That kid was scary. Even
That dude was a meme in a good way.
I'm not gonna lie.
He was young.
I remember watching them in the Dome 2 years ago. Became a fan of them. I love the way the style they play. They play very relaxed. They got good athletes. I'm going Homer.
I'm gonna go with Oakdale and a road upset here, Gary.
I almost. It was
With
close.
a lot
man. Close
of
pick.
intensity behind my pick.
Right.
I
going
struggled with this one. I won't lie.
Yeah. Hey.
Boom.
I said intensity. A lot
Boom.
of enthusiasm.
Yes, they're enthusiastic.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
So me and
with
Alex
Coach
the only one
Austin.
picked Homer.
No. And Enoch and
Enoch.
Coach Laborde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wish you could see that kid in person.
It was a
Chris.
4-3.
Good.
Wow.
He is good.
God.
Split on this one.
Faraday, Kentwood, short and
I
sweet.
did see him.
Yeah.
Upset.
The ruse, baby.
Upset. I predicted this one a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna stick by
I
it.
did
Going
see
with
him.
Faraday?
I predicted this a couple weeks ago when we did our initial bracket. I'm gonna stick with it.
It's still between two.
If I'm wrong, hey, no big deal.
Hey, y'all know, I think this game has moved to St. Helena High School.
Which one?
Yeah.
Kentwood
Kentwood
and
and
Faraday.
Faraday. Why?
I don't know. That's what it said on the flyer.
No water tower this time.
It don't matter. It's still gonna be up there.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Man, Jordan, I'm torn between this one. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you,
Lose by 100, somebody said.
Man, don't get Gary excited like that. Even though they won't be playing under the water tower.
That don't matter. They're gonna be playing close.
yeah, I've seen some
Give me the Trojans.
a little bit with Kentwood this year. I've seen a little bit of this year with Faraday. Jordan, I think this comes down to the wire. I think Kentwood in a very, very, very
Who y'all
close.
pick down there?
Kentwood.
I'm the only one that took Faraday.
Okay.
It could go either way,
I
though. I
like
think.
Kentwood.
But I'll go home team.
Okay, let's see. Alex, Chris, Gary, Jake, Laborde, Jordan.
So which one we doing next, Jordan?
Division 3 select.
All right.
All right, guys. St. Charles, defending state champs. We'll welcome in the Blue Gators. This is a 1 versus 17 seed matchup. Is this a little tune-up the band type of night for St. Charles?
Yep.
They gonna roll.
Another bye week.
Yes.
This will be a pretty easy game for St. Charles.
Machine.
Blue Gators have some talent, but it doesn't match up to the Comets.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, it's a bye week for St. Charles.
Okay, Gary.
Yeah, St. Charles. Ray says running clock early.
Jake. St. Charles, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Enoch, St. Charles, Coach Laborde.
I'm never gonna bet against Coach Steins. He does it too good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
St. Charles across the board here. 9 seed Notre Dame, 8 seed the Arbonne Woods Charter.
Who would have thought that would have been the way those teams would
Yes.
have been?
I saw a crazy stat that was posted by Louisiana High School Sports. I don't know the exact number, but it was like Notre Dame's has 100 and something playoff wins in their career, and the Arbonne Woods Charters never won a playoff game.
Right.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. They still ain't winning
They
one.
still-
Notre Dame is big.
I agree with you, Bubba.
So it was 108. So there you go. It's like you think to yourself, you go on the road in the second round as a 9-8 seed, and you're favored by 28. or more.
Right.
Only 28.
Yeah, I don't see. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame is going to just
So Coach gets his 401
400th one.
victory.
Which, by the way, congratulations, Coach Louis Cook. That is
Oh,
remarkable.
That is
wow.
that is a feat in itself. Congratulations.
Incredible career.
All right. 5C Catholic New Iberia, 21C Lake Charles College Prep. This one's got more intriguing.
Yes.
Oh, this one got a lot more
This one's
intriguing.
dangerous.
Prep beat them last year. Remember that.
No.
I don't remember what happened last week.
You know,
Yeah,
Catholic beat them last year.
Catholic beat them
Yeah,
last
Catholic
week.
beat,
Well, I
beat
thought
Prep.
they beat them first round, then Prep got beat by 1 point by Notre Dame in the second.
No,
Yeah.
Prep. I thought
Yeah.
Prep.
Yeah.
I thought Prep
Prep-
didn't make the playoffs last year
they
because
did.
of the.
No, 2 years ago they did.
Oh, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coach, I got a fever.
What you
Kind
got?
of leaning a further
You know
away
what?
in a minute.
We said that Prep won that game last year in the first round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they gonna win it this week.
They
Week
win it
2.
again?
Yep. Prep
Good pick.
goes to New Iberia, comes back home, will win.
Chris?
Same here.
Chris, you know you can't do it. They burned you too much this year.
Oh no, I picked them last week. So
I mean,
they hell, OHS burned me 3 times this year too. So
Come on.
It's gonna be all right, buddy. It's gonna be all right.
But nah, I'm gonna go with Prep, man. They got they're healthy. Let me say that they're healthy.
Yeah.
And,
Aaron?
I agree, man. I don't think that Prep is a 21 seed, man. I'm going with Prep.
Okay, Jake?
2 things. LCCP's played in a tough schedule, tough district with the likes of Iowa, St. Louis, Jennings,
Yeah,
so on and
yeah.
so forth. They've played a respectfully tough non-district slate with the likes of St. James, Westgate. I really questioned how good Pope John Paul was after Prep beat them last week. Because Pope John Paul had an 8-2 record. They beat some really good teams, but the more I look at it, LCCP's battle tested, man.
Absolutely.
And now, keep in mind, the only thing I'm really eyeballing is the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, Catholic New Iberia upset Parkview Baptist,
They did?
who upset, I think, University Lab? Or
No,
what was it?
UHI, they were tied with them, and then UHI ended up pulling away.
Okay, and then UHI upset Catholic Baton Rouge, which I get that's, but still, but man,
So who wins?
I'm going to go LCCP. I think they're battle tested, Jordan. I really do.
Enoch,
Give me
who
the
wins?
Prep.
I like what LCCP has done, especially over the last couple of years. This is a good team, and this is no shade being thrown at them. But I'm going to take Catholic New Iberia in this game. I think this game will be pretty close, but Catholic takes care of business in the end.
Coach Laborde.
I look at consistency throughout the season. It's kind of been up and down. No LCCP got good athletes, but I'm going to go with Catholic.
Coach, I'm going to agree with you. Give me Coach DeZormo. Year 1, Catholic New Iberia gets his team into the quarters. Patrick Taylor, U-Lab, running clock.
Lab.
Lab.
Before halftime.
I'll say you loud won't want it.
Start running at the
Oh, yeah.
corner.
You can start you can actually start running it now.
Yeah. Cubbies.
Coach, this was my state champion.
Well, I'm just looking at them, and I mean, you got UHI, Notre Dame, and St. Charles all on one half of the bracket.
Jeez.
Yeah, isn't
Goodness
it?
gracious.
That's crazy.
That's going to be some wars going on the next few weeks.
St. Charles is gonna have to fight
Calvary
hard to
will be
get back to
right
the
there.
title
But
game.
you're going to earn it. You're going to get to the dome on that side. You're going to earn it.
Now,
Yeah.
if I must add this,
you're gonna win it.
if St. Charles and Notre Dame meets next week,
34 years in a row.
and St. Charles has had their number all 3 years,
Yeah, they knocked them out of the
Times.
quarters or semis 3-4 years in a row now.
Could-
St. Charles had everybody.
and I'm not trying to look ahead, but
Last
could this
year,
possibly be the year Louis Cook finally
Right.
breaks the streak? Who
We'll
knows?
see. We don't know.
We'll find
You
out
still
next
got
week if
Calvary
it
on
ends
the
up
other side.
happening.
Isidore Newman, St. Thomas Aquinas.
Newman and the
Gotta take Newman.
Oh,
in this
Newman.
one.
Newman.
Newman, give me the greenies.
Newman.
Newman.
The Manning house.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was originally 2-8.
Okay.
That's what else you dropping down.
11 seed Episcopals. 6 seed Bunky. Be a dog fight for 4 quarters. Who wins it?
Yeah, we kind of saw, Bunkie started out really, really hot. Played a team like Gina and kind of fell flat for that game. I think Episcopal gives that same type of Gina vibe. Episcopal has too much for Bunkie.
We're not allowed to cover the Abbeville game tomorrow. It's covered on VSN, contract related.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Episcopal too. I mean, Bunkie, man.
So y'all both went Episcopal?
Yeah.
I heard they got a good tailback at Episcopal.
Yeah. Yeah, Bunkie had a good year, man. I think it stops right here.
Okay. Gary?
I don't. I think they keep going. I think Bunkie.
Okay. That hostile environment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jake?
It's hard to win at the Grove.
Well, I mean, somebody's done it this year.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen twice. Give me Big Red.
Okay,
Monkey
Big
Panthers,
Red.
baby.
Go Big Red.
Yes, sir.
Not the Devils.
No.
Enoch?
This is going to be a close game all the way through. I think Episcopal's really, really good. But you know what? I'm going to take Bunkie because they're at home.
Okay.
I think home field will be, that home crowd will inspire the Panthers to come away with a win here.
I think Bunkie's had a great season. Coach Bourgeois, every time I see him, he's got to be the most busy man in the state. He's the head football and head baseball coach. They run a really good system. It's Episcopal.
Absolutely. You going with Episcopal?
Absolutely.
Surprisingly, this one isn't on VSN for some reason.
That's
And
a good matchup.
Episcopal is covered by VSN. I was so shocked to see them not pick this game up. I'm going with Bunkie. I put them in the semis, so why not pick them this week?
Yeah,
I
I got
think
them
the
in the
Buck-
semis as well, I believe.
The Bunkie community is in for a treat. I don't think they've had. I think this could be
Last
one of those
time,
games to stand.
Chris,
in the
last time Bucky's been to the quarterfinals, 1988.
I wasn't even in high school.
I wasn't thought of
Hey,
yet.
you're a youngster.
I was
I was working for a living.
If I must add, quick.
Oh, there you go. Y'all read that?
Monkey did not allow them to cover. Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
I've heard that.
I've heard that many.
Heard
We've
that.
heard that a couple times.
Heard that a lot of times in our career here.
Yes, we did.
Hey, if I must add, real quick, if Oakdale does pull off the upset against Homer, it will be the first time they've reached the quarter since 1991.
So, a lot of teams
So,
itching to play
yeah.
on
Yes.
Thanksgiving week.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Coach. Dunham, Parkview Baptist, same district.
No,
No.
they're not
Not
district.
district.
Dunham's actually in Episcopal's district, but they played each other in the preseason.
Okay.
Oh, I say
Jam-
preseason.
jamboree or
Non-district.
scrimmage.
Non-district.
Oh, non-district.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So played each other in the regular
So
season.
they're okay.
Got it.
They're real familiar. Yeah.
Okay, so Dunham as a 7, state runner-ups a year ago, trying to get back. 10C Parkview Baptist, Parkview led a tune-up in round 1. Now they're going to play a talented Dunham team. Who won that matchup in the regular season?
Well, I just pulled it up. They played in week 1, and Parkview
Parkview
won
won.
52-46.
Okay, so no shy of points there.
Oh,
Who wins it?
Dunham at home. I like Dunham anyway, but hearing that week 1, that just stings. Week 1 you coming out playing a heck of a team, and Dunham put it together throughout the year. So I like Dunham.
Freshman quarterback, 6'6", huh?
Yeah,
He's a stud.
yeah, and I'm gonna go with Dunham too because of the quarterback.
Got a full season under his belt now.
Yeah, and Parkview they lost their running back, so
Really?
yeah, he was 1,000-yard rusher. They lost him, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Dunham on this one.
me too. I'm going Dunham.
Me too. I would have picked Parkview until I found out the run back's going. So give me Dunham.
Expect another shootout, but it goes Dunham's way this time.
You're talking about it can be a very exciting game. Coach LaFleurs does an excellent job, but Coach Weiner, and he's bred to be a great coach. I said Dunham,
You think Dunham's got the team to get back, or?
absolutely.
Okay. I like Dunham across the board, guys. Holy Savior Menard, first time winning a playoff game in 10, 15 years last week, but this week
Glad they enjoyed one.
They're gonna run into a giant of Calvary Baptist. We all in agreement here?
Yeah, yeah.
I got Calvary Baptist winning the state title,
Just
so yeah, I'm
hand-
in agreement.
Let's put it this way: just hand them the trophy. I know you still got St. Charles up, but
I want him to.
Calvary is the real
Just
deal.
hand ULAB the trophy.
Oh yeah, because you picked
Man.
You picked Luke.
I took Calvary. I think Calvary's gonna get it
Man.
done.
And then everybody
Calvary.
else, three-peat for St. Charles.
I was about to say.
No,
Calvary
I
is-
picked
you
I
knock
picked
off
Calvary.
St.
You picked
Charles.
ULAB, and then
Calvary
yeah.
is the new evangel.
Till somebody knocks on St.
But
Charles.
Evangel's back.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Evangel's good.
We're gonna see if they're back, and we're gonna see if you pick them in a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe not. Can never tell.
Division 3 non-select, ladies and gentlemen. Gina Caldwell Parish, 1 versus 16. They play in district play, usually for a district title. But tonight, on Friday,
Where we at?
Division 3 non-select.
Yeah.
We was talking about they usually play for the district title. Now they're meeting in round 2 and same results. Gina Giants.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, Gina.
that game wasn't
Gina.
close.
Gina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
give me the Giants in this one.
They've been holding that number one
If I'm
spot.
not
the whole
mistaken,
year.
are they in the same
Same
district?
district.
Yeah.
They are.
Okay.
And that game wasn't even close.
Okay. Making sure.
Matter of fact, the Caldwell people didn't even think they were going to go beat Richwood because they lost to them earlier in the year.
I picked Richwood in that game.
Gary?
I'm sure.
Gary,
Oh, Gina.
I picked Richwood last week too.
Yeah, we all got
Oh,
burned.
Gina.
Jake, Gina,
Yeah.
Enoch, Gina,
Yes, sir.
Coach LeBord.
Oh, Gina.
I picked Caldwell.
They've never been to the Dome, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Think,
Kind of surprised.
I
They've
think
been
they
good for a
farthest
while
they've ever
now.
been. I think maybe the semis.
Union
maybe the
was,
quarters.
Union was knocking them off. I think.
Yeah, they kept running the Union Parish. You're right
Yeah.
about that.
One of their better teams in recent history, right?
Yes. Full of athletes.
Hell yeah. Okay. Jules Sumner and A-Meet, a rematch from the regular season. Jules Sumner won that matchup then. Can they beat them twice?
No.
No.
Hard
That's
to beat
No.
somebody twice.
That's going to be another
Amy
dogfight.
will have a fire lit under their rear.
But yeah, I like Amy in the rematch.
Amy's gonna
Yeah, I
get
like
their
Amy
revenge.
too.
Amy.
Amy's gonna get their revenge.
Chris?
Yeah, Amy. They at home. That's the only reason why I'm picking because they at
Yeah.
home.
Okay, Gary.
Amy.
Jake?
Amy.
Enoch?
I'm gonna take Amy. They'll get their revenge.
LeBord?
Warriors, Amy.
Yeah, I heard a couple starters didn't play in that first matchup, so it looks like they're good to go now. A-Meet moves to the quarters. All right, 5 seed Bogalusa, 12 seed Lowerville. I know Bryson is in the chat. I wonder who Bryson would pick if he was being realistic in this one. But who wins it? A lot of offense should be on display here Friday night.
Oh, you right.
Yeah, their first round games were similar in score. It could be really intriguing, but it's a hard place to go play in Bogalusa. I know it get kind of scrappy out there sometimes. I like Bogalusa at home.
Yeah, if they running the paper mill right there by the stadium, then you can't win. So I'm gonna go with Bogalusa on this one.
Gary?
Me too.
Jay?
I want Laurelville to win, but I don't think they can.
I've seen the Loreville in person. I've watched Bogalusa on film. Loreville just doesn't quite have the speed like they usually do in most years. Bogalusa is very impressive. Give me the Bogalusa Lumberjacks.
Enoch?
I'm taking Laurelville.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Laurelville on this one. I think they have what it takes to stand toe to toe with Bogalusa, and I think they'll throw the last punch, so to speak, and get that win.
I actually struggled with this one, but in the end, I just went in with Bogalusa.
Okay. I'm going Bogalusa also.
I'll stand alone on this one. I'm fine with that.
Port Allen and Union Parish. Get ready for Union Parish to play that smash mouth football that they like to play. They rested up. They're healthy. Might be a bad night for Port Allen.
Yeah, I like Union big.
Yeah, I'll take Union Parish.
Yeah, they had a couple of coaches came down last week to watch our game, and they was watching the scores to see who was going to win, who they was going to play, but it didn't matter who they was going to watch. They going to roll. So I'm gonna go with Union with this one.
Me too. Union Parish.
That's a long bus ride for Port Allen. Union Parish Farmers, baby.
We're alone too.
Oh, I took Union Parish.
Crucial board.
Hey, you know, this is close to my soul. I'm a Port Allen alumni. And that's where I graduated from. Didn't coach there for 12 years. So I got it's real near and dear to my heart. And
Hey,
I
don't
hate to
pick
say
with
it
your
for
heart.
the- hate
Don't
to say
pick
it
with
for the
your heart.
Pelicans, but I'm going with the Farmers. It's
Don't pick with your heart now.
There you go. At least you ain't like Chris and Alex down there.
I don't want to hear that.
You knew something was coming.
Playing the Georgia Bulldogs. Give me Northwest.
I picked against us one year.
I like Union Parish also. All right, let's see. St. James and North Webster. This is a 3 versus 14. I think these guys met the playoffs last year, or 2 years in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. 3 of the last 6 years, I thought of what I read. But
Come on, Troy. Troy should tell us.
they're all too familiar with each other. So who wins this one?
They could be familiar as they want. St. James.
real Wildcats are serious.
Yeah.
St. James.
St. James.
And they might be on a collision course
you
with
shared
Sterling.
something? That's the longest
Has
road
to
trip
be
of
the
the.
longest road
Because they
trip in the
know
state.
each other, I
Yeah,
could see this
pretty
game
much.
being close for a little while, but St. James gets it done.
This is the longest road trip in the state this week.
Yeah.
Wildcats. And
I don't know about that. Look at the next one.
That's what
St. Plaquemines and Manning.
yeah,
That's
you
a
do got stuff
long-
like with the
You're going from the edge of the earth to the other edge.
Hunter Bauer
It ain't that
reported.
much further.
Okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
Troy
man,
said
on top
North
of it.
Webster about 14.
Yeah, well, you know what Troy's.
Troy's.
A negative
Troy-
That's some reverse psychology
Negative-
crap right there.
Negative 14, Troy.
Troy doesn't want us to jinx him. That's it.
I guess not.
Everybody's going with St. James across the board.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Except Troy.
South Plaquemines
Where's your
and
belief,
Manny
Troy?
this week. 6 versus 11.
I think that's the second longest
Manning.
road trip.
Manning.
Yeah.
South
Yeah.
Plaquemines.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, man.
man.
But I'm rolling with Manny though.
Manny.
Yeah, Manny.
Manny, after losing to Sam Houston, seemed to have found their niche, with the exception of losing to Newman. I mean, they put up a lot of points, but defense had to work out some kinks. They've been playing lights out since. They put up 61 points last week. I don't see them slowing down this week. Manny, Tigers.
Thank God it ain't us.
Well, I need
Right.
them
I agree.
Yeah,
A buddy of mine's a
y'all had got them
defensive
at home. Y'all have got them at
Good
home.
God.
A buddy of mine's a
You
defensive
wouldn't have had to
coordinator,
go
Manny
with
Manning.
There would have been rocking.
Man, we'd have been
would've
rocking, but
been-
it'd have been one sided.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Y'all know how to give big gate. Manny travels well.
Yeah,
We'd
Manning's
have
gonna
made
win.
some money.
Manning's gonna win this one.
Manny, coach.
That was it. Absolutely. I'm going to support my boy, the defensive coordinator, Danny Carroll, over at Manning. They're getting it rolling.
Danny Carroll. That name sounds familiar.
Man's been everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
He was.
Coach B.
He was with me last year.
Yeah, Coach Carroll.
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Manny also, guys, and that's gonna be Holly's lock of the week also.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
That was mine.
Good pick, Holly.
There you go, Holly. That boy.
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good
7 seed Pine, 23 seed Avoyles.
one.
It's a long road trip, and if Pine doesn't know what they're gonna get themselves into, it's gonna be a weird place to play.
Yes.
Avoyles, their tricky offense. Pine with their speed could be for a heck of a football game between these two. Who wins it?
Give me Pine on the road.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Alex. Speed and tricky offenses. If you prepare for it right, you can stop that with the speed. So I'm gonna go with Pine.
I don't know where Pine's gonna put their fans.
Yeah. And that's
Back
you are right.
the tailgates up
You're
to the
right.
fence. Just stand on the tailgate.
They better tell them bring
Oh,
your
that's
own
funny.
bring your own chairs.
Bring some lawn
'cause I tell
chairs
you
or
what,
something.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
man.
But I'm going Pine too.
A weird place to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Pine. I think it. I think of Oils is with that offense is going to do it, but I think something's going to happen. They're going to either fumble or they're not. That onside kick, they're not going to recover as many and all that, whatever.
Coach
So.
told me on the show Tuesday night when I talked to him. He said we're actually punting. If you'd have punted a few years ago, you'd have been in the state championship.
Yeah, no
yeah.
joke. You're right.
I'm gonna say this: Vols has a lot of big playoff game experience, which is why I think they're gonna stay close in this game. But man, Pine's got some athletes; they got some speed. I think
They go to
I'm gonna
state, they
take
gonna
Pine
go.
in a really close one.
Pine's gonna have to claw every step of the way
Yes.
to beat a game of Oils team. I say Pine wins. If Oils pulls off the upset, I'm not gonna be the least bit surprised.
No, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe there's any teams in that part of the state, on the other side of the state, that runs what a Vols runs. I mean, you got mainly spread teams over there, so I don't believe Pine's seen what they're about to see. Already,
Pine's just been having a really good season. I think it can keep on rolling here. Pine.
Time for coach. I'm gonna go Vols.
Oh,
Nice.
not a bad
Missed the
pick.
train.
Go for it,
Already
bud.
said Sterlington.
It's gonna be
I think it's just me and Jordy
uncharted
that's done
waters
lone
for
dogs.
them to try to stop the
I think only Jordy and I have done lone dogs in some
Double
of these
wing.
picks.
wing teeth.
Division 2 select, guys.
Oh, Sterling.
No, it's Sterlington already.
Yeah.
Well, Sterlington had won,
Yeah,
so
alright.
Yeah,
They went.
Don't
everybody
have to
picked
pick it.
Sterlington.
What division? What?
Division 2 select. Okay, Cougar Stadium, St. Thomas More, Struma, STM.
Yes,
ST.
That's
You know,
still a win.
everybody will say his thing, but I gotta say the job that Coach Edwards has done in 1 year.
At Struma.
Oh,
It's
Struma.
just reviving that program. It's a lot of excitement for those kids. He's done unbelievable. He's just a great human being.
Good
Right.
rushing attack, huh?
They got a rushing attack. They got athletes, but just the job he's done for those kids in that community is unmatched.
So look out for them. In
much
the near
respect to
future.
Struma. Much respect to
Just stay
Struma.
tuned on them, but I know it's a hard task this week.
Yes, sir. Chris.
STM.
Okay. Gary.
STM.
Jake.
STM.
Enoch.
Taking the Cougs.
And Jordan's taking the Cougs too. This one right here, I don't really know. 9-seed Livingston versus 8-seed St. Michael. Anybody's got a guess of these two teams? Maybe you're from the area.
Well, St. Michael, I've talked with Coach Leger. He does a really good job. He's kind of another one. It took him a few more years, but he kind of got them going in the right direction. And they've even played games that I didn't know if they would play that well in. But they played West Feliciana ain't for a blocked field goal. They beat West Feliciana at West Feliciana.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
beat Plaquemine during the year, but then they fall short. I think they lost to McKinley. Yeah, so they were kind of sputtered with it, but then they played some really good teams, played them very well. That's my pick. What is going to say, Michael?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to St. Michael too. I mean, you look at Livingston; they struggle with Booker T. 11-8. So I think St. Michael, with the bye and everything, too much for them.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm over with St. Michael also.
Gary.
Yeah, St. Michael.
Jake.
St. Michael's.
Enoch.
I'm gonna say St. Michael coin flip.
And I'm going to St. Michael also. And you look at it, probably not the best time to be an 8-seed. What's in the horizon?
Right.
You're right.
Cougars are coming.
All right. 5-seed Archbishop Shaw, 12-seed Evangel. This one should be a lot closer than what everybody's thinking. Shaw at home could be the difference. What we're thinking.
Yeah, Evangel's coming back. They're getting back to their old ways, to an extent. But Shaw's just on a different level right now. I got Shaw at home.
Chris,
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Shaw. Evangel,
they're on the right track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially if they're moving up to 5A next year. So
Oh, they are.
yeah,
Yeah.
they went up. They elected to move up.
Now they have 2A numbers, but they're playing up, right?
Yeah,
correct,
they're playing
correct. I'm going Shaw in a close one. I think it's going to be closer than most people think.
Okay.
But I'm going Shaw in a close one.
Jake,
I'm gonna go Shaw in a really close one. Evangels, they're right on the doorstep. I think give them another year.
but don't they get the quarterback next year?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And another
Yes.
player.
Enoch.
I'm gonna take Shaw. This is the learning experience year for this group of.
But you put Evangel in your quarters.
I know, and I reconsidered. I think I think Shaw will win this one. I think this is the learning experience here for Evangel. Next year, they're gonna go further.
Yeah.
So I know I picked Evangel a couple weeks back to be in the quarters, but I had to reconsider that one.
I'm sure you're all too familiar with Shaw's head coach. He's done tremendous work over there at Ponchatoula. Now back
He's
at
been
Shaw.
around everywhere. And didn't they just beat a very good Karen Crow team?
Yes.
So, like, and just like all the other coaches said, the Eagles are coming back. Just not yet this year.
Yeah.
Give me Shaw.
Give Coach Denny Duron time. He's turning around.
Archbishop Shaw across the board.
Which means Evangel will probably win now.
Yeah, there goes your steak dinner.
Yeah.
They promised you if Evangel would win, you would get a steak dinner.
Yeah, probably so.
John F.
I forgot
Kennedy,
about
Vanderbilt Catholic, 13 versus 4 seed here.
I like JFK in the first round, or in the second round matchup at home. It's their first game. Vanderbilt's good, but like I said, I don't think they have enough to keep up with JFK in this one.
Yeah, JFK also, man. They've been playing some good ball this year.
Eric?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with JFK also.
JFK, they got some athletes, man.
Well, I'm gonna pick JFK. I don't know too much about either of them really, but I'll take JFK.
Looks like I get to be the oddball this time. I'm going with Vanderbilt.
Nice.
They played Luxor,
Nice.
Assumption. Yeah, they play a hard nosed ball down that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good pick, Coach. I got to go with Kennedy here, though.
Oh, yeah, they've been a stellar defense over there too.
3 seed Lafayette Christian, 14 seed Peabody. If anybody can get the War Horses ready to go in this one, is Harry Coleman. Tough task. Can he knock off LCA on the road?
Nah, maybe
Nah.
early he'll keep. They might keep it a little closer early, but I don't know. LCA is just rolling. Different level for them boys right now.
I mean, if he got 2 spies on Juwan, he could probably win. But then that probably won't work.
Yeah,
That's
gonna eliminate
Just
two
throw it.
people to cover everybody else, and he's just gonna think and dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, LCA though. But it's a daggone good job what Harry did this year
Oh.
with that program.
I said the same thing. I'm going with LCA, but you gotta say kudos to Harry with what he's
Yes.
done at Peabody.
Yes, sir.
Got
Jake?
It'll be close, I think, for a half, but LCA is going to pull away. Give it the Knights.
Give me LCA.
Coach?
Welcome to Lafayette.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I like LCA also.
Yeah, bring 2 spies. They need 11.
But I also picked LCA to win state, so.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
Yeah.
St. Louis Catholic, McDonough 35, 6 versus 11. McDonough's offense, St. Louis's defense. What's going to happen here?
St. Louis is really good, but they're susceptible when you have speed and really good athletes. McDonough 35 has that. Give me 35 on the road.
That's it.
I initially on my other bracket picked St. Louis, but looking at the scores and this and that, 35 played some good ball this year against some good teams.
They got some stuff too.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with 35 on this one.
Okay. Gary?
St. Louis.
Jake?
Seeing the defensive slugfest 2 weeks ago between St. Louis and Jennings, which, by the way, I think Jennings is every bit as good as advertised. I think they're better than what they're ranked. Coach Mathern is doing a fantastic job over there at St. Louis. He has truly turned around that culture, gotten the school and the community excited. He's got a good thing going there. It's going to be a really tough game. When I seen this matchup for the first time, I cringed. I said, man, but seeing how good St. Louis's defense has been all year, and I'm going to tell you, they've played a respectable non-district slate that's been relatively tough. I mean, they played a really good Viner, Texas team. They played in a brutal district. I think this, man, I think I'm going to go bold here. I think I'm going to give St. Louis the edge. I think a field goal as the clock expires.
Okay.
if McDonough, number 35, wins this game, I don't think this will be a big shock. They have everything that it takes to beat St. Louis. But with that being said, I do think St. Louis will edge it out in the end. A couple of defensive stops late will make sure they ensure that victory.
Coach?
Very close game, but I got to see St. Louis on film this year, and they do some unorthodox stuff on offense,
Yes.
to say the least.
Yes.
And that alone, playing good defense, and gave me St. Louis.
Braden made a good point. He said, "Don't be surprised if this is a 7-6 game." He is very right.
Absolutely.
That's true. Yeah.
Give me a St. Louis at home field advantage. Defense gets a stop at the end. Turlings Catholic, Madison Prep, 7 versus 10.
Ooh.
Is the Rebels on upset alert?
They're on big time upset alert.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen what LCA did to Turlings with their speed, and it was over before it even started. I think Prep, they're obviously not on LCA's level, but they bring a lot of the same attributes to the game. I like Prep going into Turlings and winning that game.
Man, I go back to week 1 when we played them. We don't drop those 3 touchdown passes, we beat Turtles.
Yeah.
You run the ball, they can't stop the run. Madison Prep has athletes. They gonna be coached up real well. But I'm gonna go with Madison Prep here.
Gary?
I'm going with Prep too.
Jake?
Like Alex said, LCA gave Madison Prep the blueprint. Give me Madison Prep.
Enoch?
Madison Prep, 2 touchdowns.
Coach LeBoard?
I think anything attribute you give to one team, you can also say with the other. They both played really good teams in their district.
Yep.
Turlings, we all know that this juggernaut of a district that they're in, STM, LCA, Westgate. Madison Prep played U-High, Heartview. I mean, they played their own thing. And I believe even when the bad things they've seen, both coaching staffs have fixed those mistakes too. If you come down to the very end, I give a slight edge to Turlings.
Coach, I agree. Turlings at home. 15 seed De La Salle, 2 seed E.D. White. Is E.D. White on upset alert this week?
I think they can be. I think De La Salle's not your normal 15 seed. They play one of the tougher schedules in the state, and they're always talented. With that being said, though, E.D. White's at home. They're playing great football. They had the bye.
They're healthy.
They're healthy. Yeah. E.D. White at home, but it's probably going to be a really close game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with E.D. White too. I mean, they still undefeated, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I mean, not too many close games this year. So, and LaSalle, they're not a normal 15, but I'm gonna go with E.D. White at home.
Garrett?
I'm going with E.D. White also.
Jake?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, E.D. White's offense has been on fire this year, and the defense has been played lights out. I think the only team to score the most points on this year alone all season was Sam Houston. I think that was like 28 points. Other than that, their defense has only allowed average, I think, 7 points, and they've scored an average of 45 points a game.
It's been unbelievable.
E.D. White I am extremely impressed. This is one of the more impressive teams I have kept my eye on all year, this year in the state. Give me E.D. White big.
E.D. White takes care of business in this one. I could see this game being close probably the whole way through because De La Salle has that potential to do that.
De La Salle is just De
But-
La Salle.
Yeah.
In the end, I think E.D. White ends up putting the dagger in the heart. 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Coach?
E.D. White.
E.D. White for myself also. This is my picks.
Uh-oh. All right, guys.
He'll be right back, guys.
We're going.
So we're doing Division 2
On
non-select?
Division,
Yeah.
Division 2 non-select.
I got several of us know a lot about this one. Huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just one or two.
Yeah.
Or 3.
Hang on.
Four?
Jordy had to step away for a little bit, guys. So just bear with us.
He would leave when they actually get
Yeah, whenever we get to
a good
one.
stuff.
Best bracket.
Might is one of
Grab
them
me
up
his
there.
ink
It's
pen.
up there, man.
Grab his ink pen.
Grab that
Oh,
ink.
ink pen.
Well, it was right there. What did he do?
Unless he
Took
took
it
it
Might
with
have took it. Oh,
That's
I'm
mine.
just giving this one.
That's
Yeah.
mine.
Go and just get. Oh, okay.
Just give me
Oh,
one.
yeah, just take this one. Then that's fine.
All
Yeah.
right. Don't worry. I'll
I
get
don't.
back.
I don't need it anymore. So.
All right, cool. Now we're gonna go to the Division II non-select guys. Jordy pretty much has his picks already down, so I'm gonna kind of, just go with the first one is number 1 North DeSoto versus DeRidder. What do you think?
And North DeSoto won't get tested this week. I don't know if they get tested next week either, but North DeSoto big.
Yeah, I mean, if the Ritter go there and play good defense, make a few stops, score some points, stop them from scoring. I'm just wishing on hoping.
It's a lot of wishful thinking there.
Man, North Dakota is a good team, a good offensive team.
Right.
But you when you go there and you play into their hands, you start playing their game.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start playing their game, it's hard for you to beat them.
Yeah.
But I'm a roll with North DeSoto here. They've been ranked number 1 pretty much all year.
Right.
So
So we're going North DeSoto. I'm gonna go with North DeSoto myself. I think they're gonna just be DeRidder. Bless their heart, but I think North DeSoto just too much.
Yeah, Gary, the only thing with me is North DeSoto, we obviously all know they can score a ton of points, but they also give up a lot of points. Prime example, week 1 against Airline, which, by the way, Airline is no joke. They're a 4th seed for a reason in their respective division. North DeSoto's played a really tough schedule. They've got studs all over the field. They're hungry. They're mad. They're pissed. They're trying to get back to the Dome and avenge their loss to Lutcher. DeRidder has been playing some really good defense as of late. They've played in a respectable district against the likes of Leesville, Rain, Eunice. I think their only district loss was, correct me if I'm wrong, their only district loss was to Leesville. And it was a 6-point game, which, mind you, that's a rivalry. That's always close. I think DeRidder's going to make it interesting for about a half. I think DeRidder will score some points, but I think North DeSoto's going to pull away, and I think big. Give me the North DeSoto Griffins.
Okay.
I'll take North DeSoto as well. DeRidder, I think DeRidder will put up a fight for a little while, but North DeSoto will take care of business.
I also had North DeSoto easily.
And Jordy went with North DeSoto also. You feel better, Bo? Here's your paper back. Pass that to him.
Do it right back to you.
And here's your pen.
He got his pen. He didn't let it go.
Good, buddy?
All right. You all right, dude?
Hang in there.
Okay.
8 seed Iowa and 9 seed Plaquemine.
Okay.
Yeah, Iowa's on, I guess you can call it upset alert this week. I like Plaquemine going on the road, winning that game. Plaquemine has some impressive wins, played in a good district. Give me Plaquemine on the road.
I saw film on Plaquemine, and I saw Iowa, and if Iowa stays consistent with what they do, they can pull this off. But it's not going to be easy because Plaquemine got a big old line,
Right.
and D line. But I'm gonna go with Plaquemine here, y'all.
Okay. I'm going with Iowa. I think that home field advantage is going to give them a little edge, but I think it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight, and I think it's going to be a nail-biter. I'd say, real close. I can't even put a score on it. I think it's going to be that close.
man, I've seen some really good things from Iowa this year. You know, they've had some really good defensive performances. They essentially shut out St. Louis the entire second half, if I'm not mistaken. And I think y'all said St. Louis only ran 11 plays the entire second half against them, which is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Iowa put up 35 points against Cecilia 2 weeks ago, but gave up, 55? Which, mind you, Cecilia's freaking good, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
That's why they were there.
Yeah, I mean, good night. Man,
That's not them.
I'm having a tough time picking them.
Touched the wrong helmet.
We're talking about
No,
Cecilia's
Cecilia's. He
good.
said, yeah, he said, I said, that's why they're in the middle.
We go,
Cecilia.
Man, I want Iowa to win this game because I know how much they are working to get back to the semis to match that and beyond. But man, Plaquemine is just full of athletes. Great coach. Just very well coached. Man, I'm gonna have to go Plaquemine in a close one. I'm sorry, Coach Johns. I want the Jackets to win, but I think Plaquemine is just gonna edge them. Plaquemine.
This was a game that was pretty hard for me to pick, but looking at the pros and cons of both teams, I decided to take Iowa in this one.
It's not a bad pick.
Iowa will edge them out at home. They'll feed off of that home crowd energy, and it'll will them to a victory.
You look at two very high-powered offenses. For Iowa to put that many points on a very good Cecilia defense, Blackman, tons of weapons on offense, good quarterback, receivers, big O line, but being at Iowa is the reason I gave them the nod.
I'm going Iowa at home. It's a different place over there, especially when it gets to playoff time. They'll feed off of the home crowd energy and pull off a close victory. West Feliciana, 5 seed, 12 seed Opelousas. It's not your typical 12 seed as you look at it, but should be a fun environment on Friday night. Two great football teams are going to clash. We'll see what happens after 48 minutes.
Yeah, it's not your typical 12 seed, and I don't know if West Feliciana is your normal 5 seed either this year. When it first came out, I thought West Feliciana at home would be a tough one for OHS to go and take care of. But the more I look at it, see who West Feliciana played, look at the way Opelousas is built, give me the Tigers on the road.
Yeah, y'all already know who I'm picking.
We already know.
But
Was there any doubt?
No, there wasn't.
No.
yeah, we plan on having Thanksgiving at the Fieldhouse Brady. But
We wasn't even invited.
Yeah, he didn't even invite us.
I didn't invite him. I didn't invite Brady. But
I can understand why I wouldn't be invited, but y'all,
But,
y'all need to be invited to
They're
that.
going to invite the two districts.
just watching
Man.
West Feliciana on film. They got athletes. They do some things special with their quarterback, but we gonna go in there and play our game and do what we do. We've been averaging over 300 yards rushing the game. So it ain't no secret what we coming to do. You just gotta stop it.
All right.
Gary,
I'm going OHS.
Jake.
Got a feeling, man. Just got a feeling, man.
Man, I hate to break y'all's heart,
I'm breaking my heart.
but I like what the Saints are doing in the St. Francis Field. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think West Feliciana's going to prevail late. Give me the Saints.
Enoch.
I'm taking West Feliciana. I'll keep that one short and sweet. I got Westall.
Well,
Coach Laborde, you coached at West Feliciana, right?
Yeah, I said to say that I know a little bit about these two teams would be the understatement of the night. Still that's another one near dear to my heart. Good friends over there, a lot of good people. I could probably even tell you the parents' names of some of the kids that'll be playing tomorrow night. And then having to play against Coach Zachary and seeing them and still having nightmares about them coming across the field. And just knowing what they're coming into, West Feliciana's going to have top-notch speed, one of the best track programs in the state in any classification. They're going to be fast. They're going to play with a belief. But Opelousas is a special group. They got size. They get physical. They have, the best running back in the state, in my opinion. And Opelousas is going far.
I like Opelousas on the road here. Sets up a Thanksgiving week. I know those guys have been ready to get to that point of the season, and a lot to play for from here on out. Abbeville versus Lutcher, defending state champs. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. Tough task. A lot's got to go right this week. Lutcher, Abbeville.
I just told Chris I want to pick Abbeville so bad in this game. Looking at who Lutcher played, they played St. Charles really close, lost to Assumption, but the rest of their schedule looks just kind of, bland. It's not really any good teams they played. A couple of teams that they played good, they lost, but they were close. I think Abbeville is going to go over there and give them a fight. I would love to see Abbeville win this game, but I think Lutcher's going to pull it out at the end.
I'm with Alex on this one, man. Abbeville, if they go in there and run the ball, because Assumption, they ran the ball on Lutcher, and that's how they beat Lutcher.
That's what Abbeville likes to do.
Yeah, that's what they like to do.
400 yards in the first round.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I want to pick them bad, but Lutcher,
I mean, I'm gonna be a little selfish here. I want Lutcher to win, because if Lutcher win, we play at home.
No, it doesn't work like that anymore.
Not anymore.
Not for the
shit.
quarterfinals.
Not for the quarters.
Well, if we travel,
You'll travel in the Lutcher.
Well, I'm going to Abbeville to win, then, damn it. I'm gonna roll with Abbeville because we got to go to Abbeville anyway. But no, we the top. No,
Yeah. That would be a home game.
Yeah, that'd be
We'll be the top seed.
But again, if Abbeville go there, run the ball, stay consistent, they got a shot.
I think it's going to be a real good game.
I feel the same way, but I want Abbeville to win so bad. I love Coach Moore. I love the way that he treats under the lights, and he's been a good friend. But man, I just can't see them beating Lutcher. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Lutcher's going to pull away at the end.
Okay.
What's Lutcher's mascot?
Bulldogs.
They're just like LSU's uniform, helmet, and all.
Yeah.
And
Give me Lutcher, Jordan.
Abbeville's good. They're going to be game, but I have Lutcher prevailing.
Coach DeBoer.
Win against Lutcher 2 years in a row in the semifinals. Coach Jenkins does a great job. I watched Abbeville and y'all's broadcast last week. Lutcher by 14.
That was some rain last week, huh?
I feel like y'all had a lot of fun. That's why you're miserable now.
Hey, I went to the right game last week.
Yeah.
So I put Abbeville in the quarterfinals when we did our bracket release show because I wanted to see OHS Abbeville, so I'm picking Abbeville.
Okay.
Assumption and Bro Bridge. 3 versus 19. Is this Cinderella 2.0?
No, makes me want to pick Bro Bridge, just for future things going on down there. But I think they can give them a fight. But Assumption just probably has a little bit too much this year. They've played some good teams, won a couple of big games, like I said, against Lutcher. Bro Bridge makes it a fight, but Assumption's going to win the game.
Bro Bridge quarterback didn't play against us week 8 or week 9 was it? Week 9, and they sat him, I think, for week 10. They knew they was going to make the playoffs. But he's real good. Assumption. Someone said in the chat that was a fluke win against Lutcher, but a win is a win. But I'm gonna roll with Assumption here on this one.
Gary?
I'm going to go with Assumption also.
Jake?
Nope, can't do it. Give me Assumption.
Enoch?
I went to the district meeting last week for our district. Got to talk to 3 of the coaches from Brobridge. Solid dudes, all of them. It makes me want to pull for them. It really does. But I think Assumption is going to be a little bit too much for them.
It's kind of exactly how I feel too. Good coaches, they're gonna have a good game plan. They're gonna give them everything they got.
Oh, they're going to give them hell.
But Assumption,
They're going to give them hell.
Assumption's playing really good ball this year, and especially at the beating Luxor District, and I'm going with Assumption.
Okay. I'm going Assumption also. Northwest, Wassman. Me and Gary get to call this game, so we have no pick here. But the rest of y'all do. 22 versus 6. Home game for Northwest.
Yeah, looking, like I said earlier to start the show, looking at film and looking at the teams Walsman has played, really stingy defense, but can be beat. I think Northwest defense, like Chris said Coach Edwards said on the show Tuesday night when he called in, his best defense he's had, arguably, since he's been there. Coming down to Northwest, you're not playing on turf anymore, playing on a true field with a big hump, and it's been raining all week. So I like Northwest defense to stop the run of Walsman. Could be a 14-7 game, really low scoring. I think Northwest gets it done at home.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Alex. It's gonna be a defensive battle game. Like if you come in there to see points, then they might surprise us. They might put up points.
Might put up points.
But just from we know about these two guys. I know Coach K real well at Wasserman. He's a defensive guy. Chris got those guys playing good defense.
Yeah, and going back to that too, their head coach was the DC at
Lake Charles
Prep.
Yeah.
We had him 2 years in a row in the playoffs. First game 39-32. Second game 14-7.
Terrence K.
Yeah.
And was outstanding.
All these games are close, So we're from, both coaching staffs familiar with each other in terms of the scheme and how they play ball.
Yeah.
And
So
now you just got to line it up and let's go.
Yeah.
And he was all conference standout defensive back at McNeese.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a low scoring game, man. I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one, man. I want to see the next round, man. We have an opportunity to make it all the way. Both teams.
Jake?
Speed kills. North Louisiana speed especially kills.
For Wassman?
I think it'll be close for a while, but now you said wet field this week.
It's been raining out here. all week.
Been misting rain all day, every day.
Yeah.
And tomorrow.
This ain't turf.
Yeah.
You fast on
Well, I
turf.
mean, they play some teams up there that do have grass, Union Parish, but
The Union refused to
give
get
me
turf.
Wassman by a touchdown.
Enoch?
I want to pull for Northwest. I really do. I like Coach Edwards. I'm good friends with one of his brothers. And I like what Northwest does as a program. But I do think Wassman is a little bit better. And I think they'll show it. They'll win a close game. But I hope I'm wrong.
Coach
I
LeBoer?
do hope I'm wrong.
I went with Walsman.
Me too, for Alex's sake.
St. Martinville and Jennings. Throw the seeds out here.
Throw them out. It don't matter.
Throw the seeds out here, boys and girls. Who wins it?
St. Martinville is going to have too many athletes for Jennings. Jennings likes to run the ball, has a good defense, but if you have speed and get to the outside, you can beat them. I think St. Martinville is going to do that.
Home game for St. Martinville.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris?
They still burnt me.
I ain't doing it.
I'm gonna go with Jennings here, man. They played in a tough district, man, and they battle tested. I'm gonna go with Jennings here.
Gary?
This is one of my coin flips, but I got to give the edge to Jennings. I'm going to go with them.
Jake?
Yeah, man, and I'm going to tell you, looking what St. Martinville did to Leesville. Leesville's defense has been suspect all year. Yeah, I have a really good friend of mine from Leesville, Leesville alum, goes to all the games, and he told me beginning of the year, he said, "Man," he said, "our defense is going to struggle." I said, "You think?" He said, "Buddy," he said, "our coach put it this way. They said they can score 49 as long as we score 50." Have we heard that saying before?
Yeah.
Which kind of concerned me. Man, I'm gonna tell you, Jennings' defense has played lights out all year, and I'm gonna tell you, don't be fooled. Do not be fooled by that Week 1 loss Jennings had in Leesville. Jennings is a lot better team than they were Week 1. Coach Fuselaire has done a phenomenal job getting the kids better weeks 1 through 9. Man, this is going to be a really good game. It's at St. Martinville, but I'm going to tell you, I think I'm going to give the edge to Jennings in a real close. I'm going to say it's like a 21-12 game.
You said Jennings?
Yes.
Enoch?
I'm going to take Jennings. I think a late game interception will seal it for him. As I think St. Martinville will be playing down by a touchdown. They're going to have to try to come back late. I think Jennings makes a play on defense and wins the game.
Coach LeBoy?
That'll be a great fan game, that's for sure.
Yes.
Get your ticket, get there early, but I give the nod to Jennings.
I give the nod to Jennings also. Iota, Cecilia, big time football game awaits tomorrow night. Who wins it?
Battle the Bulldogs, Jordan. Iota's going to be tough. They have a good defense. They like to spread you out to run, but they'll throw the ball around too. I just don't think they can stop Cecilia. So could be a higher scoring game, but I think Cecilia gets it done at home.
Chris?
This gonna be a high scoring game. If I were to have any chance of running the ball, any luck or any success running it, they can run it. They gonna run it and they gonna keep running it. But they gotta stop Diesel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna be the hard part.
And not too many teams were successful stopping Diesel this year, except for one, but we didn't win. But man, I'm gonna go upset alert right here. I'm gonna go with Iota.
Hey, wow.
Ooh.
Gary?
I'm not. I'm going to see.
Jake?
Man, I think this is going to be a lot better game than people think. I think Iota's a lot better than a 15 seed. They play
I think they're better than 15 as well.
Yeah, very much so.
Top 10 team.
Absolutely. Yes, top 8. Man, we all know what Cecilia has. We all know what Iota has. I think, Jordan, this could be a potential shootout, but I think Cecilia gets it done in the end. Give me the Packers. I'm sorry, I'm
Packers.
the Bulldogs. They look like the Packers with the green.
Number one, FTP. To say it at that. Number 2, I'm gonna take Cecilia to win this game, but part of me, I hope I'm wrong. I think Cecilia. I'm picking with my head here. I'm taking Cecilia, but I hope I'm wrong.
Usually have the C on the logo. It looks like the Green Bay G.
I think you gave Coach Scans an extra few days to prepare defense. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think Cecilia wins.
Okay. I like Cecilia at home here. I mean, I did pick them to win the state title, so I can't pick
I
them.
got them in the
Hey, that's not a bad pick.
Did I have them in the dome? I don't know.
I can't pick them to lose in the second round. If
I didn't
made
pick
that
them to.
choice.
I didn't pick them to win, but I didn't have them in the dome.
How fun can that be?
I don't see personally, but I mean, you know.
I mean, Cecilia hadn't been in the dome since '95. If I'm not mistaken, they won state in '95. So yeah, it's a long time coming.
Don't want to see that some nightmare for me.
Division 1 select, guys.
Oh, select.
Division 1 select. Holy Cross, Jesuit, separated by a mile, I think.
Division 1.
If not less.
1 versus 16 here.
One select.
I think they played in the regular season.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Holy Cross, Blue
right
Mountain.
down the road, I think, huh? New Orleans.
They got the shortest trip.
Yeah.
I think
One
they share
point.
the same stadium.
Yeah, but even though it's like
Holy Cross.
Yeah, Holy Cross. Just yeah,
Holy Cross.
Jesuit's going to make it interesting for a while, but give me a Holy Cross.
Holy Cross.
Hold across the board.
Oh,
Acadiana Karen Crow Part 2. 8 versus 9. Bill Dotson Stadium.
I do not want to pick this team.
Great game. Sucks we have to lose a local this early.
Yeah, it's
Depending
hard
on
to
who
beat
it is. Yeah.
Hard to beat a good team twice, Jordan. But look, Acadiana, I think just because they're at home and that game was so close, I think they just come out with a little extra edge and take care of business. It'll be another close game, but I think they're going to pull it out, Acadiana.
Chris?
Karen Crow. I mean,
Crow.
that
Crow.
that end of the game scenario. I think that's a tie. You know, the referee hitting that.
It's a good way to put it. I like that.
Yeah,
still
but Karen Crow
I like that.
playing some good team outside of the district. They
They
did
both
too.
play
They
good
did
teams
too.
outside of the district,
Yeah,
to be fair.
I'm gonna go with Karen Crow.
Gary?
Man, you know how I love Acadiana,
Oh, we know.
we
but
know.
I gotta go with Crow.
That ain't like you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going with Karen. I think
Thinking with
the
your head.
way that
Alexander.
game ended last time, I think it's going to give them that little edge, and they're going to go in there, bad taste in their mouth. I think Mindy says the Rams can't do it twice. But yeah, I gotta agree. I think, man, but I think it's going to end up being the same type of game. I think it's going to be a 1-point game. That's how close I think. These two teams are even.
Jake?
guys, I'm gonna be at that game tomorrow night, and so I'm sure a couple of y'all are jealous.
I'm going to try to be there, too, as long as I don't have to work all day tomorrow.
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
I'm going on the Crow side.
I mean, and you're right. I mean, they're identical. It's like they're twin brothers. I mean, it's
Should have been on the opposite sides of the bracket.
Yes,
Yeah, that would've been-
yes, that would have been
so
a
much
hell
better.
of a state championship game. Unfortunately, we give them the second round.
First 5 games.
If I'm not mistaken, does Crow still run the veer? Or they run a little more different. I can't remember that.
Spread them out.
Spread them out.
Spread them out.
I mean, it
They'll hit you in the mouth,
really,
though, if they need to.
Yeah, it really don't matter what offense they run. They're successful. Acadia is successful. 9 versus 8.
District start after that.
Karen Crow burnt me once, but doggone it, baby, they're not going to burn me twice.
It's gonna be home.
Exit 4, baby. Let's go. The Crow.
Jake those helmets for lice.
Oh, my
Let
God.
me see that helmet. I ain't going to put it on, but
Whiskey.
I'm going to take Karen Crow as well.
Whiskey, I guess.
The way that game ended in week 9, miracle win for Acadiana. I mean, it's a win, so you're definitely going to take it. Crow's going to remember, though.
Yes.
And Crow's going to do things differently, and they're going to get it done. Karen Crow wins by 8.
Crow to the semis.
Exit
Crow to the semis.
Exit 4, baby.
Like, you could see this game going exactly like it did last time, going for the 2-point, either for the win or blocked extra point. But say Acadiana.
Good pick, Coach.
Get out.
That's not a bad pick at all.
I like Karen Crow on the road.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't care which one wins. I like them both, but I still think that Karen Crow is gonna have a bad taste.
Yes.
Anybody thinks
Same thing that happened
anybody
last year.
thinks Woodlawn could beat Edna
Nope.
No.
Edna Carr University.
The university. Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Carr State
Yeah.
University.
Carr,
All
baby.
right, 13 seed Alexandria, 4 seed Brother Martin.
Brother Martin.
Brother Martin.
Ashland an upset.
Ash will make. Ooh.
Ashland an upset. I had them in the semis a couple weeks back. Not backing down on that.
I like Ash with an upset here.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna be a bad game.
I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good game. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, they're gonna give each other all they can
Ash
handle.
has athletes, man. They do.
I'm
Can Ash
picking
beat
Ash.
Martin?
Enoch's picking Ash. Everybody else, Coach, you picking Brother Martin?
Absolutely.
Everybody else
Yeah,
picking
they-
Brother Martin?
Yeah.
They got a really good quarterback at Ash.
Oh yeah.
No, they got good ball clubs.
Yes.
G-J-A. Cool. Catholic of Baton Rouge, John Eric.
Catholic.
Catholic.
Bears roll.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody
yes.
indifference here?
I'm gonna take Catholic BR.
Catholic
No,
Coach?
Catholic.
Absolutely.
Baton. Oh yeah, Catholic
Yeah.
Baton Rouge. I don't
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Catholic. I told you.
Eric's a good team, but that's a big ask of them.
Game next week.
Okay. St. Aug and John Curtis.
Curtis.
22-6.
As much as I like St. Aug,
Man,
They're a good 22 seed.
man.
Curtis.
Chris, you thinking differently?
Nope.
You're like,
Curtis?
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, Kurt.
Okay, Curtis across the board, guys.
John Curtis.
Man.
You like St. Aug? Spit it out if you do, because we're going to move on.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, give me the Patriots, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking John Curtis.
But didn't St. Aug beat them last year?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Thought
It was a
they
close
did.
game.
Or, they beat Zachary. St. Aug beat Zachary.
St. Paul's, Tioga, 7 versus 10.
Yeah, St. Paul.
St. Paul's.
Tioga might make it interesting, but
St. Paul.
St. Paul has a little bit too much.
Good defense over there with St.
Right.
Paul's.
Yeah?
Wherever they're at.
Everybody's agreement?
Yes.
Yeah.
Archbishop Rummel is 18. Captain Shreve is a 2 seed. Really talented Russian attack for Captain Shreve. Can Rummel pull off another big victory this week? That's
Yes.
back-to-back road trips to Shreveport.
They came back with a win the first time. They don't come back with a win the second time. Give me Captain Shreve.
Yeah, they burning some.
They're burning some fuel, man.
Burning some
Yeah,
fuel
they
now.
are.
Yeah, I'm
Let's leave it
Shreve.
Gary?
I'm going Captain Shreve.
Braden says wrong.
Jay?
The 504 returns.
You like Rummel?
Yes, sir.
Enoch?
Dangerous game, but Captain Shreve pulls it out in the end.
Push the board?
Give me Rommel.
Good pick. I'm going Rummel also.
I think Rummel is a year away. They'll get I think come playoffs next year, they'll be in a better seed and they'll probably win more than one
And you
game.
gotta see that district they're in too.
Rummel
Man,
to
that's,
the
that's like the
top.
SEC West.
Rummel to the floor.
That's a good way to put it, man. It is.
Final bracket, ladies and gentlemen, Division 1 non-select. Number 1 seed Ruston, 16 seed Westgate. This could be fireworks. I don't know what Westgate team will show up, but if they do, you never know what happens.
I like Ruston at home.
Yeah, Ruston. They tough, man.
Me too, Rustin.
Rustin. Big.
Rustin's my pick for state champions. Not gonna pick against them now.
And a bad taste in their
Coach
mouth.
LeBoard.
Russell's on a mission.
Yes.
I agree with everybody. Ruston across the board. 9 seed Walker has to travel to 25 seed North Shore. North Shore upset West Monroe a week ago. Now they get a home playoff game. Can they get 2 in a row? Cinderella of the bracket.
Hangover, Walker.
No.
Yeah, Walker.
Walker.
The Cinderella story continues, sir. North Shore.
So first 3 guys were Walker.
North Shore? You going okay, he said North Shore.
But the first 3 were Walker.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will say this: if North Shore is good enough to beat West Monroe, I do think they are good enough to beat Walker. I think Walker wins, but don't be surprised if this is another defensive game where North Shore looks like that they're going to pull it out. I have Walker winning, but I mean, North Shore's dangerous. They proved it last week.
Coach LeBoard.
I think it's let down because, man, a lot of emotions went into that game last week. I go with Walker.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like Walker on the road.
It's worth mentioning, this is the first time ever that West Monroe has been beat out in the first round at home in program history. First time since I think 91, 92, something like that. But first time ever at home.
Santa Mont got to travel to Mandeville this week. A lot of people called this one last week saying Mandeville will go knock off Sam Houston. I didn't see it, but it came into fruition here. Now to get a home game, welcome in the 5 seed Santa Mont. Who wins it?
I like Santa Mont on the road.
Yeah, how they say it? Cinema.
Cinema.
Santa Mont.
Where's our guy in the chat? What was his
Duck
name?
Roost.
Duck Roost.
I don't think Duck Roost is with us tonight.
Oh,
Probably so.
Derek?
Cinema.
Jake?
Santa Monica, but it will be close.
Okay. Enoch?
I got Cinema. They'll win by 16.
Coach LeBoard?
I got Santa Mo.
I like them guys also.
Guys.
For
you, Doug Bruce.
Guys.
13 seed Southside, 4 seed Airline. Ben Taylor and Airline. That Shark defense got their hands full this week. Can they pull off a major upset on the road?
Nah, Airline's gonna roll.
Yeah, I like Airline.
As much as I like Southside and Coach Font know what he's doing over there, I think Airline's going to be too much for him.
Jake?
I think Coach Justin Scoggins is doing a hell of a job up there at Airline High School. I think, quite honestly, I think this is the very beginning of what's the best years to come for Airline football. I think he's building one heck of a thing over there. It could potentially be a 5A dynasty here soon. Airline's about to turn a lot of heads pretty soon. Give me the Vikings.
Enoch?
I'm taking Airline. I really like what Southside's done, but to go up against that offense, big ask for any team in this bracket. It'll be too much. Airline will be too much for him.
Coach LeBoard?
I'm going against the grain. I'm going Southside.
Okay.
I think Coach Fontenot has done a great job over there. And the offense they run, they can hold the ball from them.
Yeah.
Play clock
I
control.
agree.
Right.
And kind of, they can take control of the game and not let it get out of hand early. They got
If
a
they
great
play
shot.
They gave
keep away
Sam Houston-
effectively, that's the best chance I think Southside has.
They
of
gave
winning.
Sam Houston fits with that too. Playing keep away.
I like Airline. It's Ben Taylor. A 4 or 5 touchdown night.
Yeah.
Destrehan and Bell Chase. Does Destrehan have any troubles here?
No.
Nope.
Nah.
Belchase might play him tough, but Destrehan will win.
That's going to get ready for the next week.
Belchase is usually not the easiest out anyway, but I think Destrehan will win this one.
Guys on the end, y'all like Destrehan?
Destrehan.
Destrehan.
Continue the streak.
Okay.
The River Parish.
Salmon Zachary.
The big Z.
Z.
The Z.
It's all about the Z.
Z. All about the Z.
Z.
Too much experience.
Dude, I like what Salmon does, but I have to take Zachary.
Okay. Dutchtown and Chalmette. 7 versus 10.
Mid Dutchtown.
Yeah, I like
I
Dutchtown
like
too.
Dutchtown too. Give me Dutchtown.
I think this will be a closer game than people think, but I think Dutchtown's
I
gonna.
don't.
Huh?
I don't.
Dutchtown.
I like Dutchtown a lot.
Yeah. Well, I still like Dutchtown, but I think it'll be close. Give me the Dutchtown Griffins.
You know,
I think Chalmette can upset them. I don't think they will. Dutchtown, they have a good standard as far as their football program, and I think they'll roll on to play another week.
Coach Board,
Coach Mistretta got a lot of experience in playoff games. Dutchtown.
Dutchtown. Final matchup of the night, ladies and gentlemen. 18 seed Central Baton Rouge versus 2 seed Neville.
Neville roll.
I'm gonna go with Central.
Central.
That's not a bad pick at all.
Well, you got Coach Davis Semino. That's big game experience.
Mhm.
Good pick.
I agree. I think Central's going to make it close, but I think Neville's going to be a little too much for him.
Tough place to play, I guess.
Right. That's a hard place to play.
Man, I am very. I'm intrigued with the way Central absolutely dismantled East St. John last week. Of course, we all know what Neville has. I think their only loss this year is to Ruston, and it wasn't a
Close
close
one,
loss. I think Central's still a year away with Coach Semino,
Okay.
but they're going to be really dangerous next year. But tomorrow night's all about the Neville Tigers.
Okay.
Give me Neville in a close one.
You know,
I really do like Central BR's story. Like Jake said, and like I said about a couple of other teams tonight, learning experience year for Central BR. They'll go to Neville, they'll take their lumps, they'll take the loss, but they're going to be dangerous next year. Give me Neville.
okay. Coach Board.
Neville better get ready for a dogfight. I think it's going to be a heck of a game. Coach Semino, year one, is already starting to make a lot of good moves. Coach Camp will run defense, a lot of college experience. They got a great staff, yet they're still a year away. Neville.
Okay. We're gonna go with of Central Baton Rouge here. On the road.
Not a bad pick.
That's
You
not-
and Chris, huh?
When you get to this bracket and the next one, there's no bad picks.
No,
really.
there's really not.
And then Braden makes a
Yeah.
heck of a comment to end the show. Neville did not have a Week 10 game,
Oh, wow. 2
No.
weeks off.
so 2 weeks
Oh,
off.
2 weeks, yes.
Could come out flat.
Yeah.
Either
So-
that or they could come out very, very explosive.
So I'm looking at the bracket. If they had a week 10 off, so that's one less game they have to play. Destrehan has been undefeated all year,
I know. And they didn't have a break, really.
and
I mean,
and it's like I just honestly think Destrehan should be number 2.
Very well.
I agree.
I guess-
And that's the
I
defending
guess
champions.
their district is watered down, I guess.
I mean,
Mathematical formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a difference too of playing Zachary
Power
in the
ratings,
quarters
baby.
and
Yeah,
playing
I mean,
Blitztown.
Power ratings
Over
matter.
20,
Makes a
23,
big difference.
Yeah, you're right.
Closes out tonight. Final words as we head into round 2. Alex, you got the floor first. Make everyone remember as we head into round 2.
Yeah, it's some intriguing matchups. There could be some blowouts. There could be some upsets, like always. But man, it's just shaping up to be another great year of playoffs. Great games all over the state. Be exciting tomorrow night.
yeah, you know, if coaches you watching and or any players watching, you know, coach every play like it's your last play. Play every play like it's your last play. You know, the great thing about the playoffs, every team want to get to Turkey Week. You know, so you have the opportunity to get to Turkey Week. You have opportunity to have Thanksgiving at school in the field house, and
There's
You
nothing
know.
like it either.
yeah, and you know, on to the next week.
You know, every team that made the playoffs had a goal, and that's not only to get to the dome, but to get to Thanksgiving week. They wanted to get to this week, and they wanted to make it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be some great games. Remember, go out, give it your all, do your best. You know, the ones that win will move on. The ones that lose will be gone. You know.
Play basketball.
You seniors, you're gonna play basketball, but you seniors are not gonna be playing football anymore. Just leave everything out on the field and have a great night.
Wednesday night show next week.
Was not okay.
Braden next.
I want to wish the best of luck to all the teams competing tomorrow night. Some will win, some will lose. To these seniors on each and every team, play every down with 100% effort. Play like it's the last play you'll ever play. Never take it for granted. Pick each other up, win or lose, and cherish the memories. Wishing for safe travels. Some are traveling very far, some are at home, praying, hoping for no injuries, good sportsmanship. Best of luck to my area, Southwest Louisiana teams in the playoffs. Hoping we have all 9 still in it next week. And I'm going to leave y'all with this final thought. A quote from 14-0 Productions that was tweeted this morning. It says, a great coach once said, we judge a program by whether or not they are practicing during the Thanksgiving holidays. The thinning of the herd begins tonight. So,
Well, it doesn't matter if you're a 1 seed or I think our highest seed is a 26, lower seed is 26. It doesn't matter what seed you are. You're here in the second round. Put your helmet on, bite down on your mouthpiece, and get ready to hit somebody.
Yep.
Might be the last time you're able to do it.
I have to say with it, I think everybody agree with it. All these teams that are playing this week, everybody's good. Everybody's had a very, very good season. They got a lot to be proud of. Trust me when I say there's plenty of other teams that would be happy to switch spots with you. Live in the moment. Cherish every play. Just go for every single play. No matter what happens, negative, positive, doesn't matter. Go on to the next play. Enjoy this. Live it because that's the memories you're going to have as being along with those other guys. And also, I want to thank y'all for inviting me to this week. I had some fun with it. It was just nice to hear everybody's opinions different, even about teams I've never even followed. But this has been,
glad
a
you made it,
pleasure.
Coach.
And thank y'all for what y'all do for high school sports. This is awesome for the kids. This is also awesome for the communities. And I think this is going to get really big. Jordy, y'all done a great job. Hope you feel better and keep it up, man. This has been really nice.
Yeah, to come back 1 week when we're good to go, and that's when the energy is through the roof.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Week 12, round 2, starts tomorrow night. Best of luck to all the teams across the state, especially our locals. We want to be well represented going into Thanksgiving week next week. We get to cover a great game tomorrow night. Records as we covered those teams. Northwest is 3-0 when we cover them, and Wasserman is 0-1. So a little history there. Recap show tomorrow night. Very questionable, maybe not.
Depends.
Yeah.
What else, Gary?
Just next week we'll be back on Wednesday.
Yes.
Because of Thanksgiving, but today was just a delay because of Jordan not being 100%, and we want you to get well, son.
Yes.
We need you to be our anchor here, So hurry up and get well so we can get back to normal. But hey, that's about it that I can think of.
Yeah.
But
Thanks to Coach LeBoard. Thanks to Jake McCoy for being our guest pickers tonight. Definitely gonna have to get you on again before the season's over with to give you a well prepper show, proper show than what we did tonight. So my apologies to everybody in the chat and everyone at the table.
Jordan, I just have one question.
Braden's funny, man.
Are we going to have turkey on the set next Wednesday night?
Probably so.
Yes.
we might get
Cornbread
I forgot about
dressing
that.
and everything.
We need to do something. We need
We
to
should.
get something going.
Ham or something.
Let me make a few
cornbread
phone
dressing.
calls. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be nice.
So, ladies and
It's
gentlemen,
only
we'll
fitting.
close things out now. From myself, Mr. Alex Fontenot, Mr. Chris Esprit, Gary Swallow, Jake McCoy, Enoch Brody, Coach Josh LeBoard. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to bring you 12 weeks of the Game Pick Show. We'll see you tomorrow night from Prairie Rome, Wasserman Northwest. God bless high school football. God bless each and every one of you. God bless each and every one at this panel. God bless UTL. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll say a prayer for Jordan.